Syrian community is a very large, intimate group who, no matter where they are always looking out for one another.
It's like an extended family.
It's a unity of people that have the same background, come from the same countries, and we have very similar values that we practice together.
It means being a part of a very close-knit community that takes care of each other.
In need, we're all there for each other.
Through good times, bad times, they always have each other's back.
We help each other in any country we go, and in America it's the same thing.
You know, people are in trouble, or we need help, or we need to seek somewhere to go. There's always an organization or someone in the community that can help.
People that I know, people that I might even be related to without knowing, and just people that could be there for you.
We all know each other in a way, almost like we're a small, tight-knit community, only we're not small.
People came from Egypt, people came from Lebanon, people came from other countries at different times. The first people who came were from Syria. That's why they call it the Syrian community. Both of my parents were born in New York. All four of their parents were born in Syria.
My parents are from Egypt.
My grandparents were born in Syria.
Syria was not even their own country. They were part of Turkey, part of the Ottoman Empire. There was a war in Syria, and some of the Syrians didn't want to fight, didn't want to get drafted, and didn't want to fight. They came here because there was more opportunity here in America than there was back in Syria. The original Syrians who came here in the early 1900s, the first place they lived was Manhattan, the Lower East Side. The businesses were in Manhattan, and they wanted to be somewhere close enough to their businesses, but still far enough away that they could have houses and more space.
And this little house used to belongs to me, Coney Island Avenue.
There was an apartment available, and it was right in the middle of where we all wanted to be.
It was 1942, and I still own that house until today.
And it turned out that we lived there, and a few months after that, I got married and lived in 3 blocks away from my parents.
Coney Island Avenue is the area of Sephardic Jews. If I go somewhere else, I couldn't live. I have to live where they have synagogues. And thank God, Ocean Parkway is full of synagogues. We have 10 synagogues around me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I went to school at Magen David Yeshiva Elementary and High School.
My first 13 years in school were Yeshiva of Flatbush.
I go to school at Yeshiva of Flatbush, Joel Breverman High School, Standard of Excellence.
The school is consisted of mainly all Syrians. Going to these schools and just being with the same people all the time kind of gives you sort of a sheltered experience. When I went to college at Baruch, I was basically with a whole new set of people that I didn't see every single day like I was accustomed to for my first 18 years.
When you come to college, you're sort of alone. Where's that tight-knit community that you're with? They're not there anymore. You look for your friends throughout the crowd, but you don't always find them. We don't even know about these things. And so when you're finally exposed to them, You don't know how to react.
When I graduated college, I was trying to make a decision of what to do with my life. I decided that I wanted to go into business. I decided to look for my own retail store to sell ladies' wear.
Well, the way that I was able to get my job was because my best friend had heard that his cousin was hiring.
Sometimes the connections, you feel a little bit better about hiring or taking something from, from someone that knows you.
Having the ability to be able to reach out to other Syrians to other Syrian Jews to see of employment opportunities.
Being in the community is a big help because you're in touch with people at all times and you're always discussing different ideas with them, and it helps you make better decisions.
I met my husband through friends.
I met my wife just from being in the community, from noticing her around.
We were introduced, even though he said he knew me from before, from seeing me in community parties.
You know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, so in that way, it's very hard to find people that are totally off the reservation that you really have no connection to.
A lot of people from our community don't just have 1 or 2 kids. They have 4, 5, or 6 kids.
So the level of income that you have to be at to be in this community is a lot higher than if you were not in this community.
Our priority in our community seems to be get the kids married young.
Well, in the community, there's a lot of pressures to get married at a young age.
I think there's pressure for everybody, no matter who you are. The fact that I always wanted to have a career was something that I worried about at times, because when you're expected to get married and have children, you sort of wonder where your education falls into it.
We don't want to take any chances with our kids and leave them out to be subject to different forces in the world, so we keep a closer watch on them.
But I think that they're doing more good than harm, because when you look at the statistics of this community, it's outrageous at how nobody really left.
By seeing how people can get together and be so unselfish and give so much of themselves.
I'm never going to find a community that's just as amazing and close and supportive as this one. It doesn't exist.